Hello, everybody, and good evening from the Tullys on the Vestal Parkway location. It feels like it was forever ago the last time we talked to you live on the Black Bears YouTube channel, but it is officially October, and that means hockey season is finally among us. My name is Brooks Hill, voice of the Binghamton Black Bears. To my right, your left in the restaurant, or for our friends watching home on YouTube, is second-year Black Bears head coach Brant Sherwood. And Coach Sherwood, it's been a busy couple of months, but things got a little bit heavier around Binghamton, carrying around some more hardware now this past couple of months, huh?
Yeah, we got this cup next to me here, and ended up getting a couple rings this summer. Not only the championship ring, but getting married to my wife Gemma was an awesome time.
So we hope Gemma is watching at home and absolutely has the more important ring in the family now. And I know that you got a special sneak peek at some championship rings earlier today when you came up to the office, but you were very quickly not to put it on your wedding ring hand, and you went immediately over to the other one and said, I think Gemma will like this one better.
Yeah, I think so. The rings look amazing, and EJ did such an incredible job with the design, and there's so much meaning behind the jewels in there, and the broom underneath, and I just can't wait for these guys to open it up on Monday and get to see a first glance at it.
It's going to be a long couple of days. I heard a lot of people got some sneak peeks at the individualized rings for, the people who are getting them. I chose to keep it a secret. I wanted to be a little bit surprised, even though I know exactly what it looks like. I will say I did pick up a certain player's ring, and first immediate thought was, wow, they have a big hand. And those things definitely have some weight behind it. They're pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. When you tried it on, it was definitely bigger than what I thought it was going to be.
You might throw out a shoulder or dislocate a finger.
Yeah, so looking forward to a ring ceremony coming up next week, and then obviously opening night is just around the corner, Saturday, October 12th. It is the home opener. It'll be the second game of the season for the Black Bears. They'll take on the Watertown Wolves inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena at 7 p.m. The banner raising is presented by our friends over at Illuminations Lighting. They're going to do a great job with the banner display as it gets raised up into the rafters next to the Binghamton Senators Calder Cup Championship from 2011. And also, the first 2,000 fans through the doors next Saturday will receive a replica rally towel of the banner, courtesy of our friends at Visions Federal Credit Union. So you want to make sure that you are one of the first 2,000 fans through the door next Saturday to get your limited edition rally towel that looks exactly like the championship banner. Again, courtesy of our friends over at Visions. Well, I was going back and doing some prep work today. For the last time we were here at Tully's, it was early April, the last time we were here. So just about 6 months ago, Black Bears won a championship. You go to Europe. You get married. How would you rank all three of those in order?
Getting married, number one.
There you go. Right answer. Right answer.
Actually buying our first home, number two, and then going to Europe, number three. Honestly, they could all be 1A, 1B, 1C. It was an incredible experience, all three of those things. And, yeah, we did it all at once, and now it's hockey season. We're ready to go. Happy to be back in Binghamton. Happy to see the fans at our home opener. Just excited to work with these guys each and every day for the next 6-7 months.
Well, it's been a crazy couple of first days. Training camp well underway. Couple of two-a-days going on. I got to take part in watching the second afternoon skate yesterday, but
that was a good skate, Brooksy.
Yeah.
Our skate today was not too hot, but kind of expected after, a couple hard days in a row and grueling workout put on by my friend Andy Rice up in Rochester. He's been setting up these guys nicely to make sure they can absorb those hits during the season and keep the body maintenance going.
Well, it's funny that you talk about, body maintenance, control, stamina, that kind of thing. because I was listening to a NHL podcast earlier today, and they had a old alumni go through and talk about the days that training camp used to be a month long, and people showed up to training camp to get in shape, and that's kind of not the mindset anymore, that people show up to training camp to earn their spot per se, not necessarily, you know, burn off that summer fat.
I think we had a couple guys come in a little heavy. I mean, it was a quick turnaround from last season, but some other guys came in really good shape, and they're ready to go. One guy that stands out to me is our goaltender, Connor McAnonima. Like he came in ready. We can expect a big year out of him, and there's a lot of other guys that are really trying to earn a spot, and you can see the work they put in this summer.
Well, that's good that you already have some people standing out amongst the crowd just after, you know, a couple of skates. One thing that I noted is not too many new faces around. You are bringing a lot of players back this year, a little bit opposite of what was the year before when you had your first full off season as the head coach. What would you say the biggest difference is between last year in your first full off season and this year in your second off season now being complete was?
First off season, you know, you had to figure out who you're going to keep around, who the leaders were going to be, and who's going to propel this program. But yeah, this past year it was a lot of recruiting, but also convincing guys to come back. So we wanted to get a solid quarterback, and the fact that we were able to get around 15 guys to come back to Binghamton is absolutely huge. You tend to lose a lot of guys after championship seasons, so we're very happy to see some similar faces around the rink.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise. Walked in, immediately everybody started talking about how long my beard was and how long my hair was since the last time they saw me, because it was a lot shorter.
Hair, a lot of beards this year.
Yeah.
Sticking with that playoff look.
I think so. I think early front running for best flow for at least me is Gavin Yates right now. The way that he showed up, it's got the lettuce coming out of the back of the helmet.
Yeah,
takes me back to my college days a little bit.
Zipping around on the ice, it's flapping in the air. He's looking pretty good, gaining these zones early.
Well, that is one thing that is exciting for the entire fan base, returning the second two-time playoff MVP in league history. Gavin Yates led the way in terms of points for the Black Bears during that 7-0 playoff run, and quite frankly, we hadn't been here at Tully's since the playoffs. So I had a couple of notes jotted down just so we can go back down memory lane. We've only had a couple of days of practice, and we still have a week out before the Black Bears officially take the ice on Friday night on the road in Watertown, and then the home opener the next day on Saturday. You guys had 4 or 5 game win streaks. You had 1 6-game win streak, and that 6-game win streak was to close out the regular season. Went 7-0 in the playoffs. First team in FPHL history to win 7 straight playoff games. You finished the year with 106 goal differential in the positive, averaging just under 5 goals per game, while only averaging about 2.5 goals allowed during those contests as well. 120 points. That was the top of the league. 39, 10, and 7 with 25, 1, and 2 at home. 7 award winners for the league.
a lot of hardware here.
Yeah, and 8 sellouts, the most since 2013 for a Binghamton hockey team. So just a Spark Notes version real quick about the success of the team last year, a little bit on the front office side and also with you guys on the ice as well. What has the last 12 months really encapsulated for you, Brant Sherwood?
Just believing in myself and believing in the systems we run and my communication with the players and trying to get the best out of them, whether it's through, you know, motivating or harping on them when you need to get on them to perform a little bit better. But just also and trust in the players too. And a lot of these returners coming back, specifically Tyson Kirkby, I lean on him a lot, and we're very, very lucky to have a lot of these guys back, but especially him. I'm learning as I go, and you know, you win a championship, but there's there's always stuff to improve on my side of things, and that's being a good communicator, and then always developing these guys' game individually and implementing the best systems for our guys to perform. It's going to be a different team this year, and I'm going to have to make the adjustments to work on what they do positively out there, and then work on some of their weaknesses that they're not doing so well. So we'll address that. It's a different team, and it's going to be a different year, but I'm totally looking forward to raising the expectation and hopefully breaking some of those numbers that you just read off the page.
Yeah, it's good to have goals and set achievement milestones, that kind of thing. You guys shattered expectations last year, at least from a surface level standpoint. I know what your expectation was from day one, and all the players made it very clear that the expectation and goal was to win the championship. I think the way that you guys went about it exceeded some people's expectations, and the way that you were able to rattle off wins, all the come from behind wins that you had. I have a couple of games marked down here after we take a timeout that stood out to me as they were the true defining, at least in my eyes, they were the defining moments of the season. Some good, some bad, but there's mountains and valleys in every season.
It just creates belief in the room when you're able to have 20 comeback wins. It just shows their resilience and how you're never out of a game, whether it's 10 minutes left in the third or you're down 2-0 in the first period of the championship final game. You can never count these guys out, and it's something that we need to find this year. Is like, hey, we're never out of a game. We have to believe in each other and stick to what works and just be ready to start some games.
Yep, no comfy cats, right?
No comfy cats. Everyone came in really prepared, and they're very engaged at practice and working their tails off.
I know one thing that we had talked about this summer when you had made a couple of trips to Binghamton was you're trying to convey the message to the guys in the room about we don't want to be complacent. Now that we have won the championship, you don't want to take your foot off the gas pedal per se, because now you have a giant target on your back. All right, you play in the nicest arena. You have the most amount of fans come to your games, things like that. You have the best locker room by miles from everybody around. So,
yeah, we're going to have to answer the bell. Teams are going to give their best game to us. It's going to be like a championship game every night for our opponents, and we got to be ready. I always harp on the first 5. Like, you can really tell how our team's going to dictate a game in those first 5 minutes, but yeah, it's a big target on our back. I kind of like it. I feel like we deserve that recognition. Everyone was kind of geared towards the South Division last year, and Danbury as well, maybe being a repeat. I think some teams slept on us, and we had a solid squad. You don't come across those groups every day.
I think it's fair to say this year you're going to enjoy being the hunted instead of the hunter.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, I consider us hunters as well. So we got to be hounding pucks and getting after it. I want these guys to hit their individual marks. I want to get 40 wins, and I want to be back in the finals.
All right, well, that is the voice of head coach Brant Sherwood. We're going to take a quick timeout, more with him coming up as we go back down memory lane and relive some of the best moments from last season. So we want to thank everybody for once again coming out to Tully's here on the Vestal Parkway. Season tickets are getting passed out right now. Big thanks to Bobby Gross, Alex Jones, Kelsey Lane, and the entire Black Bears crew helping out in the game room. We're taking a quick timeout. Be back with more right after this.
Hockey season is back, and the Black Bears are back on the ice on Saturday, October 12th at 7 p.m. Complete with the Commissioner's Cup banner, celebration, and a rally towel giveaway. We can't wait to see you there. Grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Did you miss out on history?
The Black Bears are Commissioner's Cup champions!
Always make sure you have your spot reserved with Binghamton Black Bears season tickets. Season ticket holders can receive discounts, great added events, and so much more. Always make sure you have your spot reserved so you don't ever miss a second of Black Bears hockey. Stop by the third floor hockey offices at the arena or give us a call at 607-722-7367. Couldn't make it out with us at Tully's tonight? That's okay. You can pick up your season tickets beginning on Thursday at 9 a.m. on the third floor hockey offices of the arena. The office is open 9 to 5 on weekdays up until the home opener on October 12th. So make sure to stop by and pick up your season ticket benefits package, and thank you for your support of Black Bears hockey. Hockey season is just around the corner, and we have a full slate of games in October. Join the Black Bears every Saturday night in the 10th month of the year at 7 p.m. as they take on some familiar faces and new rivals within the FPHL. Tickets are always available online at binghamtonblackbears.com/tickets or by calling the office 607-722-7367. Fans, you can own a piece of history by purchasing Binghamton Black Bear Championship merchandise. We'll have plenty of it on October 12th as the Black Bears take on the Watertown Wolves. Hope to see you out at the arena, and don't forget to visit the merchandise stand on the concourse or shop online anytime at blackbearshop.com. Hockey season is back, and the Black Bears are back on the ice on Saturday, October 12th at 7 p.m. Complete with the Commissioner's Cup banner celebration and a rally towel giveaway. We can't wait to see you there. Grab your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Did you miss out on history?
The Black Bears are Divisional Cup champions!
Always make sure you have your spot reserved with Binghamton Black Bears season tickets. Season ticket holders can receive discounts, great added events, and so much more. Always make sure you have your spot reserved so you don't ever miss a second of Black Bears hockey. Stop by the third floor hockey offices at the arena or give us a call at 607-722-7367. Couldn't make it out with us at Tully's tonight? That's okay. You can pick up your season tickets beginning on Thursday at 9 a.m. on the third floor hockey offices of the arena. The office is open 9 to 5 on weekdays up until the home opener on October 12th. So make sure to stop by and pick up your season ticket benefits package, and thank you for your support of Black Bears hockey. Hockey season is just around the corner, and we have a full slate of games in October. Join the Black Bears every Saturday night in the 10th month of the year at 7 p.m. as they take on some familiar faces and new rivals within the FPHL. Tickets are always available online at binghamtonblackbears.com/tickets or by calling the office 607-722-7367. Fans, you can own a piece of history by purchasing Binghamton Black Bear Championship merchandise. We'll have plenty of it on October 12th as the Black Bears take on the Watertown Wolves. Hope to see you out at the arena, and don't forget to visit the merchandise stand on the concourse or shop online anytime at blackbearshop.com.
Welcome back into the first Tully's Good Times with Coach Show, Season 3, Episode 1. My name's Brooks Hill. That's head coach Brant, Sherwood. And before we move on to the next segment, you just saw an ad for it. If you're watching along with us back at home on YouTube, it is for Binghamton Black Bears Commissioner's Cup Championship merchandise. It will be back in stock for opening night. That's on October 12th. So if you want a sweatshirt like Coach Sherwood is wearing, a t-shirt like I'm wearing, or a special graphic t-shirt or sweatshirt, those will be back in stock at the arena on Saturday, October 12th. Get them before they are gone. We've already sold out one time this summer, and I'm pretty sure opening night is going to be the second time that we sell out of that merchandise. Merchandise, hot commodity last year, especially the Binghamton Whalers one from Hall of Fame night. That sold out before the puck was dropped. And
the Carhartts, those were pretty cool as well.
Yep.
Bobby did a great job on those.
Shout out Connor Smith and Dan Weber for getting the Carhartt train started.
Yep.
You know,
starting a trend.
Got to give credit to where credit is due. But right now for this segment, we wanted to take a little bit of rewind and go back down memory lane on what an incredible season it was for the Black Bears. We already mentioned that they finished with 39 wins, one short of 40. They still got past the franchise record of 33 wins set the year prior once Coach Sherwood took over, and they finished with 120 points, obviously the most in franchise history. Obviously, not going to go through all 56 games. We'd be here all night. But I did bring my scorebook from last season. There were a couple that I marked down that really stood out to me, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on a couple of these. The first real big one, or big weekend, I would say, was Thanksgiving week. Black Bears played Wednesday before Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and the Saturday after. All three of those games were against Danbury. That was a home, away, home. So a lot of bus traveling.
Couple of those 18 games we
a couple of
played
those 18 games. Good thing this year is not 18 games against Danbury this year. But for the first time ever, you guys beat Danbury 3 times in a row. And I feel like that really set some momentum in y'all's favor as you continue to, you know, have this historical championship season. But I know Thanksgiving was forever ago, and actually it's only a month away now. But that's one weekend that really stood out to me was, hey, you went and did something that, quite frankly, has been a thorn in the side of the Black Bears in their previous seasons.
100%. One of the reasons I got hired by Andreas was I had a plan to beat Danbury when I first came in here, and we did a good job, but all I could hear about is, oh, we're losing to Danbury, our rivals. Our fans are seeing it so much, and we're losing at home to them. And it's that's not fun when you're losing to a crosstown rival like that. But the fact that we were able to solidify dominance on them early, and I believe we rattled off 12, 13 wins against Danbury throughout the year. That's absolutely huge against the former Commissioner Cup champions. So, like, the fact that we were able to do that instilled a lot of confidence in the group. And then I believe we followed up with Carolina a little bit after that and beating those guys. And it was the 2 cup contenders from the year before, so it definitely generated a lot of belief in our room.
Well, it's funny you mentioned it going down to Carolina right after, right before Christmas, everything like that. Obviously, that one's a fun weekend for me because I get to see a lot of friends and family back home who make the drive from Wake Forest over to Winston-Salem. So that's neat. It's also fun that, we were able to have a
little rookie party.
Yeah, a little bit of a rookie party.
A rookie party, yeah.
Yep. Mechanical bull.
You got to enjoy those moments throughout the year. And when we do head down south, it is business, but you guys want them. You want the guys to get some camaraderie and hang out and get outside the rink. And we're so lucky to have such good ownership and allow us to stay an extra night after the Saturday game, have some fun, get Brooksy on the mechanical bull, and be cheering them on. But what a great, cool experience. I'm happy we took care of business that Friday night. We didn't do so well Saturday night, but you kind of have to put those in the rearview mirror and let the guys have some fun sometimes.
Well, it was good. That was your first win.
First win down there, too.
That was your first
Yeah.
win against Carolina.
It's a tough place to win in, and the fact that we did it in playoffs back-to-back nights, you know, I think our goal going into that last road weekend of the season was just, hey, let's get Friday night. And the fact that we squeaked out that second one, you could tell the boys knew. They knew we had it. They knew we had it in the bag. I don't think everyone said that and wanted to be too cocky about it. But, yeah, the confidence was in the room for sure.
Were you a little surprised after that second Carolina victory on Saturday night in the playoffs? It's okay to be honest.
I was a little surprised. I think Connor really stood on his head, but our leaders really stepped up. And I think the whole point of that series, especially those two games, is we got on them early. I think we scored a goal or two in the first 5 minutes. So the fact that we did that got them on their heels, and we just held on. We held on. We played good D-zone structure, and then C-Max shut the door.
Well, it seemed to be kind of the habit that had been coming up to that point. You know, in the postseason, Mac and Anima rattling off 7 postseason victories in a row. More on how we kind of got to that moment a little bit further down my list of memory lane. One game in particular I had circled. This is an individual game. It's February 24th against Watertown. That was a 6-5 game that the Black Bears won. They won it in a shootout where Connor Smith scored the only goal in that shootout. But the crazy thing about that game, and I have written in my scorebook from that night, game of the year, because Black Bears were down by 4 goals in the third period, come back, tie the game to go to overtime, make some brilliant saves and plays in the extra frame, go to the shootout, which, quite frankly, has not been the Black Bears' friends in the shootout. I mean, you joke about it, I joke about it, but Smith delivers the only goal in the skills competition, and the Black Bears skate away with the extra point. And I also believe that game was in front of a capacity crowd as well. So if they stayed to the end, they got a roller coaster of emotion just watching that game. I know I had one calling it. But
anyone that left maybe midway through that third period or the second period, they missed a really good ending to the game. It was absolutely electric. The fact that we were able to come back down 4 goals is absolutely incredible. So very happy with the guys, and the fact that we got to finally win in a shootout. That's been a struggle of ours, but luckily we don't face those obstacles in playoffs. It's 5-on-5 hockey, and you gotta win games the right way.
It's pretty cool to watch you guys do the shootout drills in practice. You know, normally it's a Thursday tradition. I think if anything, it's more of a trash talking opportunity for the guys to figure out which guy is going to be the last one that has to put on the bad helmet and go around with it. So
we're gonna have a good one tomorrow. It's I call the practice plan the menu, and it's not on the menu, but we have a good one that I saw from the Columbus Blue Jackets. You can vote if the player scores, and you don't have to skate. So you just put your stick in the air. If you think they're going to score, you keep your stick down if you don't think they're going to score.
Okay.
And whatever you go with, there's going to be a punishment or a reward for it. So if you don't think he's going to score and he ends up missing, you don't have to sprint. But the guys that thought he was going to score, you're going to have to sprint.
Okay, so definitely make note of that one for tomorrow's practice. I think that'll be...
It'll be
nice
fun.
way.
It'll be a fun one, because then you're
cool.
going to get a lot
cool.
of guys judging each other's breakaway skills.
I know. Sometimes the best move is no deke, just shoot the puck. Some guys are really good at it. I saw that earlier today. Just not even trying to go in. No deke, simple. Just pick a corner, stick with it, and be confident in your shot. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. We've talked a lot about a lot of good things so far. Obviously winning the championship, undefeated in the postseason, all the wins like that. But there was a little hiccup, you know, getting ready towards the end of the season, where the Black Bears did lose 4 games in a row. Their longest losing streak of the season. started in Watertown, then it carried over into Michigan with Port Huron and Motor City coming back. But a certain phrase was born right after the last Motor City game. But I just want to know what's going through your head, what's going through the guys' head. For the first time this year, it seemed that you guys had really been, hit in the face with some adversity as you couldn't buy a win for those 2 weekends.
Those 2 weeks really, they shape these guys' character in a sense, and you find out who people really are when the chips are down and things aren't going your way, and how they got to dig deep and come back and find that belief back in the room. Another situation is that the Danbury losses in January. That was another one where we were up and they kept coming back and they'd win in overtime, or that last game where they won in regulation. But sometimes it's those moments really help you prepare for situations of adversity. So that Watertown and Michigan weekend, we were just, the weekend before that, we were up 27-1 for goals scored against Mississippi. So I think a little false confidence slipped into our room. We thought we were a lot better than what we were, and maybe we were just going to roll teams. So it was a good wake-up call at the right time. You don't want to necessarily see that in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I think 4 weeks was just about perfect, and it ended up working out fine for us. And the phrase by CMAC really came about, and I'll let you say it.
I was going to let you say it. Well, rumor has it that after the Motor City loss, obviously there's some frustration.
A lot of frustration. Guys are, pissed off, not happy with their own game and the team's game, yeah.
Yep, and CMAC comes to you and just says, I'm not losing again.
I think he said something in the middle of that, but he said I'm not effing losing again.
Yeah,
it was something like that.
We're keeping.
It's nice to see a guy stick to his word. I'm very happy about it. I don't know if I necessarily trusted it right off the bat, but he prevailed and he stuck to his guns. So he's honestly still staying it right now, but it's hard to go 56-0. So we'll see what happens here.
Well. As a coach, sometimes you'd love to be proved wrong, and I think CMAC.
Hey, prove me wrong, please.
Yeah, so that was incredible. CMAC said, "I'm not going to lose again." That's a paraphrase. Didn't lose again the rest of the season. Black Bears would win their next 6 regular season games to finish the 56-game schedule, and then the 7 postseason games as well. One more regular season game I wanted to pick your brain on very quickly was Hall of Fame night, and I think that was a very big night for a lot of people in this area here in the Binghamton Southern Tier, 607, a region of New York. The Black Bears turned back the clock a couple of years and were donning the Binghamton Whaler jersey. You were dressed up in Whalers colors as well, as was I and Cole up in the broadcast booth. The guys looked obviously very good on the ice that night. That was a 7-1 victory for the Black Bears, but you hear Brass Bonanza running through the arena, all the old-time Oregon being played, things like that.
So just so cool, paying homage to the previous teams before us, and it's such cool colors and stuff, and the flipped around Hartford Whalers logo. It's I'm excited for our next historic night where we honor our team this year. It's so cool when we get to wear specialty jerseys like that, well designed, and I believe that might have been, I was checking out your stat sheet, but I think that was a big night for Kyle Stefan. I think that was one of the nights where he really got solidified with this team after taking 3 to 4 years off of hockey, and really stepped up. Is he on the score sheet?
Yeah, he's on the score sheet a couple of times.
There, yeah,
so a 2-goal night with an assist as well. So it was a real big night for Kyle. Because he had just scored the night before in the exact same spot. I remember the call because he stole the puck away while the Black Bears, we just gotten out of the penalty box, killing off the first Danbury power play. and Stefan was able to take the puck away and just put it top shelf past the netminder. So it was really cool for him, really cool for everybody in the arena, because just minutes ago, Brass Bonanza was playing, and then just bam, it comes right back on. Everybody gets excited. Everyone's wearing the blue and the green throughout the concourse. The merchandise stand, as I mentioned before, was a madhouse.
Hey, how about those commercials? Can we do a few more of those commercials this year with Nolan Egbert?
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Fletch back here soon and get him in the office bullying some of the front office members around.
I've been told that was the best content that we had on social media all year long.
I still watch it to this day. It's pretty hilarious.
I've been told that a lot of people are making requests for Tyson Kirkby to appear in some of those videos this year.
Well, he's going to have to step up to the plate and do a little more volunteering for us.
Okay, so hopefully we get Tyson involved in those social media videos this year as well. And one thing that Bobby Gross, our ticket director, wanted to make sure that I said is he said he would have not lost that fight with Fletcher because it was staged. He said it was bad for the street brand.
I think Bobby would take him on land. I don't know about ice. I think Fletch has him there, but on land, Bobby can be a tough customer. I would have messed with him.
Anytime he saw Fletch after we filmed that commercial and being like, well, dude, I was acting.
They're squaring each other up.
Yes, and it was very funny. So we're going to bring those commercials back absolutely throughout the season. Funny that you mentioned it with the victory. The Black Bears actually were undefeated last year in all of their specialty jersey nights. Oh. So that's something that they're going to look to do again this year. The first specialty jersey night will be the second home game of the season with the Black Bears playing on October 19th. Again, that is a Saturday, but that'll be the first specialty jersey night. Not going to reveal it just quite yet as we're still fine-tuning everything, but once EJ gives us the green light, we're going to make sure to put it out on all of the Black Bears social media, so make sure you're following along right there as well. So Whalers Night was obviously a very big night for everybody in the community. We get to the playoffs, and truth be told, Black Bears at this point, they've won the division. No one's catching them. Not really, I would say, playing for anything, because you weren't going to be able to catch Columbus in the Southern Division, so you weren't going to be able to get the #1 overall seed. Go up to Watertown, and you blink, and it's 2-0 Wolves after the first period.
Well, you just relay your past experiences, and that's a really tough building to play in, and it's hard to get going in that first period. So, it's going to be a tough game next Friday night. You can't sleep on the Wolves, especially when you're playing there. And I'm a little more confident in our own arena, but up there, it's tough. They come out flying, and they have some really good forwards that can transition the puck well that are coming back next year. And it's Tate Leeson, Mercurio, Tomasi's not too bad. I think Trevor Lord's up in the SP, but other than that, you got to be ready to go up there, but you can really never count the Black Bears out.
No, we learned that throughout the year, so anybody who was doubting them when they were down 2-0 really had been paying too much attention to hockey in Binghamton that past season. But Binghamton does storm back after down 0-2, come back to win 4-2, 4 unanswered. Kyle Steffen, Colin Fitzgerald, Dakota Bond, and Gavin Yates.
Some really good 4-on-4 goals.
Yes,
that's one thing that really helps us out there. We try to draw as many penalties as possible and try to get some more open ice, because it's a small sheet.
Well, I think that even though you were playing 4-on-4 for what I thought was not a majority, but a good portion of the game.
Good. Yeah.
That benefits you guys because of the way that the team is structured in speed. That when you take a player off, one less person to defend, yes, of course, one less person to carry the puck, but your 4 against their 4,
I'll
it definitely
take that
worked
any
out.
day. It's I like our 4-on-4 game, maybe even better than our 3-on-3 game. But, I really trust these guys and like the way they work together in 4-on-4.
Well, Black Bears took care of business the following night at home, winning 7-2, so we can go past that one. But the thing about the last 4 games of the season, all 4 one-goal games. Very tooth and nail, no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, we learned how to win in different ways, and that's, you got to have that in playoffs. You can have some big wins, but you're gonna have to win those close games, and you're gonna have to rely on defense a little bit, and you have to get on them early and hold those leads. And I just couldn't be more proud of that group. It was so special, like some overtimes there, and these guys never quit.
No, they surely did not. And even when the chips were down, they did not crumple on themselves. It looked like they just were composed, got ready for the next shift. Started the Motor City game in round 2, down 1-0, came back, won that game. And then, the next night after the flight back to Binghamton, things going good, Motor City with a little bit of pushback, they tie the game with 12 seconds left to go. And
that honestly, I went in and told the guys after that was on me. I should have had the right personnel out in that situation. We had Tyson Kirkby out after I believe the Babin incident.
Yeah.
But we need a little bit more structure on that, and it's it was a good learning lesson for me. I'll take the blame on that last goal, but these guys really stepped up in overtime, and Austin Thompson sealed the deal to put us to our first Commissioner's Cup finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember it like it was yesterday. Very low angle. I looked down for a split second to check a note that I had and peep at how much time was left in the overtime period. And all of a sudden, I see the puck moving towards the net, and it just banks off Gonzalez's skate into the net, and, I just start yelling.
It was something he noticed, and that's, even in practice today, like, you tend to, you get tired, and you tend to, wander off, and, you're not watching the guys ahead of you. And Austin Thompson, during that game, he's not going down when the puck's low in the corner, and he picked up on that. A lot of goalies do RVH, where they'll hug that post and block off the lower half, and the only way to get it in is zing it by their ears. He saw that he was standing up with his opposite foot out, and it's you got to pick up those little habits during the game, and always be constantly learning as the game's going.
A true student of the game, Austin Thompson scored the game-winning goal in overtime to send the Black Bears to their first Commissioner's Cup in franchise history. We've already hit on a little bit about the games down in Carolina. That was really fun from a personal standpoint, because the entire front office got to come. Some guys from the video team got to come as well, stay in the team hotel. A lot of people for the first time got to experience Cookout, which is one of my sacred holy places in North Carolina, basically a church down south, and open late night. It was really great to share that experience with everybody who came.
I got to take my buddies on my bachelor party in Charleston to Cookout. They got their first introduction to it, and they were just as happy as the players were back then.
That is awesome. But we finally get to the last game of the season. Sold out crowd days in advance. It is the hottest ticket ever in downtown Binghamton. Black Bears playing for the Commissioner's Cup. You walk out to the bench, because you don't go out on the ice. I know you take the back way and through the little rabbit hole.
Yeah, at least Dylan and I, we have our little ritual, who's going first, and we give each other knuckles, and wish us all the best of luck.
What is going through your head when that puck drops and Game 3 is officially underway? Do you ever find yourself looking up at the crowd or taking in the energy?
I tried to ignore it, but it was too tough to do, and it gives me chills right now just thinking about it. But I think we're all a little shocked. Like, this is Federal League hockey. This feels like an NHL game right now. And when the crowd started chanting, "We want the cup," I think all of us were thinking, like, holy smokes, this is pretty wild right now. And we got a little shocked in that first period, and we go down 2-0. Gus Ford, he was a thorn for us that series, and we we ended up coming back, and Don really got a timely goal off a great face-off play ran by Tyson Kirkby with a little over-under with Austin Thompson, feeds Don. He does his thing, puts another goal home, and, we go into a little bit more confident into that second period.
It's funny. I was talking with Andreas earlier this week, and he saying that he had a matter to attend to outside of the country with some of his other businesses, and I was thinking about it. Black Bears were down 2-0, and Andreas was supposed to come on the broadcast in the first intermission for an interview about hosting the finals and things like that, talk about how it's affecting business in the area, things like that. Get a text message being like, Brooksy, I might not be coming up, but Oliveri scores, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm on my way over. He's like, I feel a lot better now at 2-1 than I would have at 2-0. So it's just,
hey, Brooks, sometimes I do that to you as well. Hey,
yeah,
no pregame interview. We had a long night of video, and I really had to give it to the boys. So sometimes we both get a little grumpy in those situations because we're just ultra competitive, and we really want to win.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the great thing about sports is, at the end of the day, there is a winner, there is a loser. The Black Bears probably knew that Carolina was definitely not going to lay down after a week off of playing down in Winston-Salem and then coming up here. Like, you were absolutely going to get their best shot, and especially early in that first period. By all means, Boilar ties the game up at 2, and then Yates scores the go-ahead goal at the time. Thompson, the empty netter. Carolina gets one back in the dying.
A goal in every way.
Yeah.
Goal off a face-off play. Goal off a screen kind of fluky shot. And then a power play goal by Gavin Yates and an empty netter. It's just like we just found ways to get it done. Just such a resilient group.
It was just awesome to be a part of it, and gonna probably go on a little monologue here for it.
Go right ahead. Let's go.
Being a part of a championship team is something I really hadn't done before. I said it, in interviews with the news stations afterwards when we had the cup celebration, things like that. I didn't win a state championship, didn't win a conference championship in lacrosse in college, things like that. So to actually have that moment with the cup on the ice, the stands are still packed, everything like that. It was absolutely really cool. And then just to be, around the guys the rest of the night, just like I was out there, with them on the bench or something like that, going around downtown Binghamton to all the restaurants and bars for celebrations. It was something.
They did a really cool cup pour from Stadium 138. That's kind of like the Florida Panthers were doing at the Elbow Room. So much fun. It's kind of funny though, that after that night, it's so tired. I was actually happy to go home and rest. And then, the next couple days after that, it really hits you. You start getting messages from people that, you might not even expect, previous coaches. And that's where it really hit home for me. I think I was still in shock after that first night of wow, we actually did it. And, then, you have these conversations throughout the summer, and it's wow, we really solidified something in Binghamton, and it's something for all of us, front office, team, ownership, that we can all be proud of.
I'll be proud of it, forever, because one thing about sports is you're never guaranteed another one, so you take them when you can get them, and it's definitely something that I know myself, players on the team, people who work in the front office, we're probably going to remember for the rest of our lives. It's been really cool, taking the cup around to different places this summer. I know you got to take it to some family members who are up here in the New York area.
Yeah, I got to bring it to my little cousin's baseball game, and everyone's taking pictures with it. And it's not the Stanley Cup, but it's still pretty cool. And They got to go to games throughout the year. My little cousin Ellie, she got to sing at one of the games, the national anthem. It was probably the most nervous I've ever been at the game, besides the Cup final. But she absolutely crushed it. But it was so cool to just have it around your family and be able to enjoy a cool memory all together.
I think that is one of the coolest things that I didn't know was going to really be a part of my summer, is seeing the guys who would come in throughout the summer and ask if they can borrow it, or, hey, we need to get it to this guy. They're going to take it over to some event. So I'm not going to really do anything with it, but like we're just going to I just want it to be there, be in the moment. That was really cool.
The Rumble Ponies game was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't go to that one, but I heard the boys had a great time. They got to go in the clubhouse with it, and
I think that was impromptu. I think they just walked in.
Yeah,
I don't know if they were escorted.
one of them talked to like the catcher, one of the outfielders, and they went down, asked their manager if they could snoop around down there and show the cup. And yeah, kudos to the Rumble Ponies for allowing us to do that. Maybe we can do BP this upcoming spring.
It's something that Tyson's been asking every year so far. He just wants to do BP. I said it was going to mess up his swing.
Yeah, like he doesn't. The hockey swing and his golf swing are really, really tuned up very well. Yeah, we don't need to add a baseball swing to it.
Yeah, he's already been talking about his golf game. Got a special tournament coming up with the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club coming up on Friday. So apparently Tyson says he's assembling an all-star squad and already thinks the trophy's his. So I know a couple of people who have something to say about that. But that's going to be a fun event for the guys and the team on Friday that everyone's definitely looking forward to. A nice off day from training camp.
Well-deserved day off. These boys have been battling hard. It's a lot of if it's not 2 days on the ice, they're in the gym as well and getting on the ice. So it's they need that. I tend to if you go 4 days in a row, you got to mix in a day off there, or you don't want to crush these guys for their first weekend.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I know it was an elongated segment, but we had a lot to catch up on over summer. So that is the voice of Black Bears head coach Brant Sherwood. We're going to take our final time out. Come back and wrap up the show right after these messages.
Hockey season is back, and the Black Bears are back on the ice on Saturday, October 12th at 7 p.m. Complete with the Commissioner's Cup banner celebration and a rally towel giveaway. We can't wait to see you there. Grab your tickets now at BinghamtonBlackBears.com. Did you miss out on history?
The Black Bears are Divisional Cup champions!
Always make sure you have your spot reserved with Binghamton Black Bears season tickets. Season ticket holders can receive discounts, great added events, and so much more. Always make sure you have your spot reserved so you don't ever miss a second of Black Bears hockey. Stop by the third floor hockey offices at the arena or give us a call at 607-722-7367. Couldn't make it out with us at Tully's tonight? That's okay. You can pick up your season tickets beginning on Thursday at 9 a.m. on the third floor hockey offices of the arena. The office is open 9 to 5 on weekdays up until the home opener on October 12th. So make sure to stop by and pick up your season ticket benefits package, and thank you for your support of Black Bears hockey. Hockey season is just around the corner, and we have a full slate of games in October. Join the Black Bears every Saturday night in the 10th month of the year at 7 p.m. as they take on some familiar faces and new rivals within the FPHL. Tickets are always available online at BinghamtonBlackBears.com/tickets or by calling the office 607-722-7367. Fans, you can own a piece of history by purchasing Binghamton Black Bear Championship merchandise. We'll have plenty of it on October 12th as the Black Bears take on the Watertown Wolves. Hope to see you out at the arena, and don't forget to visit the merchandise stand on the concourse or shop online anytime at blackbearshop.com.
Final segment here tonight for the Tully's Good Times with Coach show. We want to thank everybody for coming out to our season ticket holder pickup party here at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway. We'll be back here soon after the first couple of games have concluded. That way we have a little bit more to talk about coming up here on the 56-game regular season schedule. Some news and notes for everybody listening in and watching along at home on the Black Bears YouTube. All the games this year will be live streamed on the Black Bears YouTube page like we did last season. So make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on for when we are going live for broadcast of our FPHL games. I want to give a very special happy birthday shout out to Director of Game Operations and Corporate Sales, Trevor Pretenziano, who turns 26 today. So happy birthday to Trevor in our front office. Want to wish him well today. Had some cookie cake in the office and peanut butter cookies, which I was told were his favorites. So big happy birthday to Trevor with the big 2-6. Opening night is October 12th at 7 p.m. against the Watertown Wolves. If you don't have season tickets, you can still purchase them by visiting us on the 3rd floor of the arena between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or by giving us a call at 607-722-7367. Binghamton Black Bears Championship merchandise will be back in stock for opening night, so if you didn't grab some over the summer, make sure to grab some when you come to the arena. Single game tickets on sale as always through our good friends over at Ticketmaster online, binghamtonblackbears.com/tickets for more. For our Director of Video Operations, Josh Williams, our social media man, EJ Worth, Bobby Gross, Alex Jones, Kelsey Lane, helping out with tickets and passing them out to our season ticket holders. My name is Brooks Hill. Signing off. We will talk to you again next Saturday from the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena for the championship banner raising of the Commissioner's Cup. We can't wait to see you there. Have a good one.